Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
We cannot be defeated!
Sir, no civilians allowed. Your man!
I should find the key to that box. Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind. Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me? Geoffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. I put him in a somewhat delicate position when I made him an immortal.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall.
I trust you, Edgar.
What do you...
William Marshall, for example.
Jonathan, I cannot...
Why?
Maybe
What?
not much.
Why? Why?
He was the...
While investigating...
I have nothing to...
Do you know...
No.
Her real name was...
What do you want me to...
Do you remember?
Yes.
Harriet Jones.
That woman was extreme.
Doris Fletcher visited...
I know nothing about that.
No, Edgar, there is...
What does this sad story...
Do you know... My point... Come on.
How could...
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic. We are both deceivers. But at least I know I'm a monster.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Enough! I can now open the box.
Dick.
I really don't know if I should read this.
Don't forget to check every door.
Return later. So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
This is no. I'll send you back in a fucking grave!
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
Of a sort. His injuries were mortal. I had no choice but to make him one of us. To save him, or to punish him.
To punish him? I fail to understand. And what is the source of this cold tone in your voice?
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skull epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation of all.
He confessed everything to me. He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims. How could he do it? What happened?
Edgar's behavior was beyond lunacy. He had neither the discipline, knowledge, nor the proper facilities to conduct blood experiments.
I must say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an Ichor. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but... do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh.
Elizabeth, are you all right?
No, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your
Wait!
enemy.
No! Elizabeth! Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster. I think I know where to find what I need.
See them fancy gloves! This one's a top! Steady, boys, we've got
Not a good place for a stroll.
Release! Kill it! Or...
I'll die, vermin!
Nobody takes them seriously.
Whose blood could be purer than that of William Marshall? Good evening.
Doctor,
Please,
good.
What
Before
were you?
no. That'll
Leave.
you kill. I've never
What
people here.
Louis.
I'm proud of you.
Yes.
Yes, Doc.
You.
Dad was.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Louise.
Little fuck.
Really?
Well,
What?
don't be.
What can?
Never heard of him.
Really?
He a big.
Do you need? I have.
All right then.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale.
It's been your.
We meet again, Mr. Kimura. In a more...
Dr. Reed.
We must both...
Breathing the cold night air helps calm my mind, sir. I've had the most
May I ask...
I am...
Why this...
I was...
How it...
I've...
What?
I was...
Have you...
At least you make it...
Have you...
Over...
Though...
Would you...
What can you...
If you...
What did he... And what...
That was...
Which stuff?
That's the...
Can you...
I've...
Follow my example, then. Find a complete stranger and help him.
You know what? That's not a bad plan, actually.
Tell me, Tada.
I don't know.
Did he...
No.
Yes.
Stars...
You're right.
Protect...
Draco.
Memory's a strange thing.
Do you need... There is...
Yes.
Goodbye, Miss...
Is there anything to connect me to this city anymore?
I'm still persona non grata in the Ascalon Club. If I want to speak with Lord Redwood, I have to improvise. Good evening.
What are you doing here,
I'm not here to bicker, Lord.
Good. We've held
The blood of...
the blood of William.
Stop this farce. Marshall never was your maker. I have no idea how you acquired his blood, but I need it now.
I see. Well, in that case, given the gravity of the situation, I suppose I can spare you a drop.
Thank you, my lord.
If you manage to save this city, you'll prove yourself a veritable servant of the crown. So Godspeed, Dr. Reed. Our fate lies wholly in your hands.
It's always been your house, Dad. Not mine.
Women die too in this war.
Hello.
Hello, John. I remember when Mary came here with her husband and her son. What do you need?
Did Clarence recently show you documents that prove the existence of vampires?
Yes, he did. And he also told me you spent a few nights gathering research for him. Seriously, Jonathan. Why feed his obsession like that?
He's my friend. I thought it might help him rest, instead of going outside at night. Tell me, what are your thoughts about vampires?
Gibberish and poppycock. Dracula was a good book, but these documents were just mumbo-jumbo. I burnt them all as soon as Clarence went outside again.
Have you any recent news?
It's not such a bad thing for rich people to remember that money can't protect them from disease and death.
Do you need my...
It would have...
And I'm...
Thank you. At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
Women's right to vote is only the first step.
Murder! Go on!
This is my territory!
Hello.
Have you any...
I try not.
Do you need...
Indeed. Sound. Hello.
Good... Good evening. Have you any...
I've heard he's dead. I hope he found his...
You knew a lawyer...
Yes. I think we were even...
Do you need...
I'm afraid...
I don't...
Says the...
Goodbye.
Whispers of a son. So many signs. Good evening, Jonathan Reed.
I found your notebook. The one the guard of Prewens.
And you've brought it back to me. That's excellent news, Jonathan. Were you able to keep yourself from reading it?
Yes. I give it back to you untouched.
Then, my friend, you deserve a little something to reward your fortitude. Please, have this, with my gratitude.
What's in the notebook?
I can't answer you. Jonathan, since you chose not to open it.
Have you any...
What was his...
Goodbye, sir.
I rarely wander. Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read.
See them Vampyrs? This one's a tough!
If McCullum really drank the blood of King Arthur, then I may have found another ingredient.
Fuck, it's fast!
Good evening, Vampire Hunter.
Are you here to mock me, Reed?
Not at all, McCullum. I am here because I need you.
Really? I'm intrigued. Speak up, then.
I need the blood of a king. The blood of Arthur. I'm certain you possess it, and I must have it.
The Guard's most sacred and precious relic. Why would you? You found Marshall's memoirs. I should have destroyed that book.
I need the antidote to save this city, McCullum.
It is within me to take your words as truth. I want to, but I must know more. What precisely are your plans?
A creature called a disaster is about to be unleashed. It falls upon me, as once it did Marshall, to stop it before the whole country is ravaged.
I should have destroyed that book. And yet, I wish I could join this battle alongside you. But this crusade is not mine to fight.
Do you not understand? We wanted the same thing from the outset. A means to end this vampire epidemic.
Not enemies! Maybe that is so. Take it then. I see no other hope for this city. If this is some trick, you will be damned, Dr. Reed.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Why are you...
The man who raised me after the brutal murder of my parents.
Were both your parents killed?
Yes. And yet worse.
And who was...
Carl Eldritch. One-time leader of
How are you adapting to immortality?
I feel so powerful it gives me shivers. I could be the greatest vampire hunter ever. Your worst nightmare, in truth.
Will you hunt me down?
You're a vicious beast, Reed. Perhaps the city needs you at this time. But I shall not forget what you did.
Will you leave the Guard now that you are... what you are?
Are we not creatures of deceit? I could hide my nature from my men, or name a successor. Go my own way. I know not yet my path.
Farewell, my progeny.
Do not stretch your luck, Reed.